Yo, hey, what's up, you guys? Johnny Bean here. This is exclusively Van Halen, the Van Halen Show on YouTube. Our next goal is 13,500 YouTube subscribers. So if you dig this stuff, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if you like your Van Halen. You know, we do a lot of Van Halen stuff. We do a lot of different stuff on the channel here. We do guitar reviews, guitar unboxings, interviews. All sorts of cool stuff. But I love Van Halen, and I love talking about Van Halen. So let's talk about the anniversary of OU812, which technically is on May 24th. It's currently the 23rd today, but let's do a show right here on what show is this, Michael?
Hey! This is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Bean TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Johnny Bean here, exclusively Van Halen, the Van Halen Show on YouTube. Basically, we're an internet show. This is a podcast. We're on Spotify. You know, we're on Facebook. We're on X. We're everywhere. We're on Twitch. Everywhere there is. So if you like your Van Halen, this is the place you want to be right here. So make sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Help us get to our next goal of 13,500. So let's actually, I know if any of you guys are watching this live, we've got some people here. Technically today is not the anniversary. It is May 23rd, 2025. Technically the album came out May 24th, so that's tomorrow. But I'm recording a very special Van Halen episode for you guys tomorrow with some friends. And then I've got a show tomorrow night, and so I don't have time to see. We're getting so busy these days, doing so much stuff. I don't have time to do it. So, and I almost thought, hey, I'll just record an episode, have it drop tomorrow. But then I thought, nah, I like doing this stuff live. I know you guys appreciate the live shows. I mean, because we got some people here. We got Robot Master Switch. It's Saturday with Johnny Bean right here. What? Let's see. AAE is here. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, you're leaving some comments. Thank you so much, man. Bay Area Rich, Friday exclusively Van Halen Greens. Bay Area Rich, thank you for all your support, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. Ian is here. Hell yeah. Good to see you, man. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's say hello to the top tier of channel members on the Johnny Bean YouTube, the YouTube side of these shows. Channel membership, it's a great way to help support the channel and support these shows. And the top tier are the executive producers, and they get their names read at the top of every talk show. They are currently Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Woody B Real, Flipper Carlin, CC, Bay Area Rich, Sherman Callahan, Nova 9, Warlag, R-Habs, and Janice Lala. Thank you guys for being top tier channel members here on the Johnny Bean YouTube channel. Now, channel membership, you get your names in green in the chat, like Bay Area Rich here. His name is in green. You can't see it. Where is that? There it is, right there. Well, it's not, you can't see it on there either. But see his little symbol next to his name. He has like a check mark next to his name on YouTube. He is a channel member. You get exclusive content. You get exclusive emojis, all sorts of stuff. And I think we've had channel membership on the channel here on YouTube 5 years, 6 years. And we've probably actually unlocked some more perks, which I need to look into. So Janice, the intern, if you're watching this, Send me an X reminding me to unlock some of those new channel membership perks for our channel members. Hey, what's up? Uncle Dude says boo. Hey, welcome, man. All right. Let me see. Robot. Johnny, there are 2 Kramer 1984s at my local shop. 550, one red and one blue. Cool, man. Kramer 84s. Which are they, the older ones? Oh, I'm wearing the shirt. Kramer. We'll actually be talking about some Kramer stuff today because Edward was playing Kramer guitars at the time of OU812 back in 1988. Are they older ones? Like original issues, or are they newer issues? If you happen to have like a photo, text it in. Would love to see those. Okay, let's talk about some OU812 here, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. But it is the like I said, it's the anniversary episode, so that's what we're doing. Let's go over to Van Halen News Desk. A look back. Van Halen's OU812 released on this day tomorrow. Oh, great. Now our stuff's crashing. Oh, there we go. 1988. Van Halen's OU812. Really, it's like, okay. Let's do some math here. Because, see, this was written up, I think, in 2022. It is now 2025. It says here, released 34 years ago. Would that be 37 years ago now? What's going on, you guys? Anyway, OU812 was the second Van Halen album to feature Sammy Hagar as lead singer. It reached #1 on Billboard, the band's second consecutive #1. Sold over 4 million copies in the U.S. and featured 6 songs that landed on the Billboard Hot 100 and or mainstream rock tracks. Congratulations. I love this album. I don't care what anybody says. I grew up on this record. Very special record to me. We'll just kind of scroll through here. Look at that. Look at that. That flannel. I have one of those. Bay Area Rich gave me one of those. It's actually it's sitting right back here. It's right there. I haven't even opened it yet. But it's the Van Halen official EVH flannel. Maybe I should I need to do a video with this, man. Okay. We'll just kind of scroll through some of this. There's some great photos of the band. OU812 era. I remember those. Great stuff. There's Sammy. I know flannels should come in handy in the summertime. Yeah. Okay. We're just kind of scrolling through. My laptop wants to crash. Actually, I wanted to show you guys this other. Here, let's do this. Remove. Let's do this. Yeah, that doesn't want to. Let's go over to a different. I've got another page I wanted to show you guys. But I mean, I know this album. We can just talk about the record. I actually have a couple of them right here. I've got the original issue vinyl. That's the original one. There's the insert. This album came with the lyrics. And the vinyl looks like this. Great record. Like I said, I grew up on this album. Huge part of when I was first learning the guitar. And actually, I think I learned Black and Blue, one of the songs off this, which technically was their first released single, but there was no video for it. And actually, I have an autographed CD right here. My aunt sent this to me. This would have been like around that time. This is a Van Halen Black and Blue promo CD, autographed by the band. Very cool. Yeah, I've had this since like 1989. Has the fade version and the LP version. Although the LP version fades out, doesn't it? So there's a version that fades out a little earlier. Very cool. But this is real. This is legit. I've had this for years and years and years. Actually, it lives right up here. It lives right there. So next time you guys watch any of these shows, you'll notice it right about there. Let's see. Bear Rich bought the album at the old Tower Records in San Mateo. That was many years ago. How many years ago was that? 37 years ago? Is that what we said? Yep. Robot says, I miss Tower Records. They were only in Japan. I saw that. Heard about that. Okay. Let's see. There was another page I wanted to go to. And I think we've read this before because we do this every year. You know, anytime there's a Van Halen album anniversary, I do these shows, and I think I read this before, but we'll read it again. Van Halen's OU812, 11 Things You Might Not Know. And this was written up by Dave, is it Bassner? May 24th, 2024. So this was a year ago. So I probably read this a year ago. This is over on iHeart, which, again, this is a podcast. So you can actually look us up on iHeart and listen to these shows. On May 24th, 1988, Van Halen released OU812, their 8th studio album, and their second was Sammy Hagar. The album came together soon after the tour for 5150 ended. Eddie Van Halen had some riffs, and Sammy had notebooks filled with lyrics, so it didn't take long for them to get back into the studio. Since its release, the record has gone 4 times platinum for sales, in excess of 4 million copies. Soon after it first came out, the record spent 4 weeks at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. It was number 1 from June 25th to July 22nd. Guess it would have been 1988. To celebrate the iconic record, here are 11 things you might not know about it. And again, this is written up. This is the internet. So, OU812 was going to be titled Bone, but Sammy wound up seeing a delivery truck with the serial number OU812 on it and thought it was funny. The rest of the band agreed at the last minute, decided to call the album OU812. Now I know there's some fans out there that think, oh, that's just a jab at David Lee Roth. His previous album was called Eat 'Em and Smile. So some fans think, oh, well, they titled it OU812 as a jab to Roth. I don't think that's the case, although who knows? The album cover pays tribute to the Beatles and is an homage to the classic cover art of the Fab Four's 1964 LP with the Beatles. So if you look at the front, it is very similar to the Beatles album. Let's see. The photo cover on the back cover of the album. The photo on the back cover of the album is the Hugo Reinhold silhouette. I can't read that, but it's this. And if you guys saw the thumbnail to this video, I had a photo of a promotional statue of that. I believe it's a Darwin's ape. And it says OU812 on it. I saw one of those years ago, and I probably should have bought it. On many versions of the album, the track list on the back is in alphabetical order. Let's see. There is no track listing on the back of this record. Maybe they're talking about the CD. Oh, the CD release, yeah. The vinyl, there is no track listing on the back. The band dedicated OU812 to Eddie and Alex's dad, Jan, or I think it's Jan, or Jan, who died in December 1986. On the liner notes of the album, they wrote, "This one's for you, Pa." And I think Wolfgang actually did the same thing on his last record. Yeah, right here. The group started work on the album in September of 1987 and finished in April 1988, just a month before it came out. Eddie Van Halen once said that the guitar solo in When It's Love is a nod to Eric Clapton, his guitar hero. Eddie and Sammy began working on Finish What You Started at 2 a.m. one morning when Eddie made a middle-of-the-night trip to Sammy's house in Malibu, which was next door to his home. The pair played guitars on Sammy's balcony until they were happy with the music. Then Sammy wrote the lyrics. Finished What You Started is one of just 2 Van Halen songs that sees Sammy playing rhythm guitar. What's the other song that Sammy plays rhythm guitar on? Does anybody know in the chat? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what the other song is that Sammy plays guitar on a Van Halen record. If anybody knows, drop a comment below on playback. Black and Blue was the first song from OU812 to hit #1 on the Billboard Rock Tracks chart. Yep, that was the signed CD I just showed you guys. The band included the cover of the obscure Little Feat song Apolitical Blues, or Apolitical Blues, I could never pronounce that right, on the record. OU812 engineer Don Landy had been the engineer on that song as well. And is that it? Yeah, that's 11 things you may not have known about OU812. I knew some of that stuff because I read that last year. Yo! Jeff T, what's going on, man? Max! Happy Frankenstrat Friday. That's right. Or 5150. Kramer 5150 Friday. I've got mine right here. This is a guitar by a company called GMW. And it's a nice guitar. It's a very nice guitar, and I almost wish it wasn't painted like this so I could actually play it out. Although I did play a gig with this one time. I got this at the South by my band played the South by Southwest conference in 2009, and they had a guitar show. This was there, and I got it. This is my favorite Van Halen guitar, the 5150. And this would have been the guitar that Edward would have used during that era of Van Halen. On OU812, on most of the tracks, and especially live. If you look up any photos of Edward or the band playing live during that era, he's playing the Kramer 5150. Awesome guitar. Let's see. I had something else I was going to read. Maybe I can just look it up here. Oh, actually, I think it's the description of this video. Where? Let me. Okay, there we are. I see this. Let me pull this video up and read that. Yeah, I thought that description looked pretty good, but it's in the description of this video. I can't see it. OU812. Okay, some of this we read. Track listing, of course. Mine on Mine. I've always loved that song. Van Halen's Right Here, Right Now tour. They opened with Mine on Mine. I always thought that was awesome. A.F.U. Naturally Wired. I'll give you guys some trivia of some of this. Actually, Mine on Mine, some of the keyboard is very similar to a keyboard track that Edward wrote for a movie called The Wildlife in 1983. And then David Lee Roth would jump around during the 84 tour to a keyboard track. Well, Edward was playing the keyboard. Very similar again to what eventually would become Mine on Mine, the keyboard part. A.F.U. Naturally Wired. That's a song. Actually, Edward, again, the movie The Wildlife, Edward had used that riff in the movie, the guitar riff. And the full demo, or the full Wildlife track is out there. Are these songs in order? Oh, we missed that. When It's Love. Okay, they are in order. Okay. When It's Love. Always been a huge fan of that song. Always loved the music video. Love that one. Cabo Wabo, of course. Sammy Hagar would go on to open a club under that name. Edward used a 12-string Fender for the guitar for Cabo Wabo, for the main guitar. Source of Infection. Great rockin' Van Halen track. Feels So Good. Van Halen keyboard track. Always been a huge fan of that one. And there's actually this there's this guy on YouTube. He does keyboard covers and stuff. He actually did a Feel So Good cover, and it's spot on. The keyboard. He used the same keyboard, the same setting, everything. It's great. Finish What You Started. That was a single. And actually, Valerie Bertinelli had a TV show on CBS. I think it was CBS in 1990 called Sydney. The title song for the TV show was Finish What You Started. So if you look that up, you'll see the intro for that show, and you'll hear Finish What You Started. The only thing that they did differently was for the end of the TV intro, they added a new ending to the song. It's just like a split second of just like a chord hit, an accent, which I don't think is Van Halen, but they added it to the Van Halen track. If you guys look it up, you'll hear it. Also, there was like a dance version of Finish What You Started, like a remix released. It's very interesting. It's out there. Black and Blue. Again, that was the first single for the album, although there was no music video for it. Sucker in a Three-Piece. I want to say Van Halen, they played that live during the Monsters of Rock tour. Van Halen did 2 tours for this record. They did what was called the Monsters of Rock during the summer of '88, with other bands. Actually, in the chat or down below on playback. What were the other bands that were on the Monsters of Rock tour? And I'll read some comments here. Let's see. Max. Right on, Johnny B. Dude, I'm painting that same guitar right now. Oh, cool, man. Right on, Johnny B. Oh, wait. I read that. Oh, wait. You typed that twice. Did the original Frankenstein get auctioned off at any point? No, it didn't. Yeah. The Hot for Teacher guitar has been auctioned, I think, a couple times. Hey, Steve Gunner, what's up, dude? Jeff T, channel member. Kingdom Come, Dawkin, Metallica, Dan Gorman. Good to see you, man. So Van Halen's Monsters of Rock, Summer '88, Kingdom Come, Dawkin, Metallica. There's another band in there. Scorpions. And of course, Van Halen was the headliner. I didn't get to see that tour. Max was there at the New Jersey show. Still has the original concert t-shirt. Right on, man. I didn't get to see that tour, although I saw them that winter when they did just the regular OU812 tour. And their opening band was a band called Private Life that Valerie Bertinelli had discovered in the early 80s. I think they were from like the same area that she was originally from. I think Louisiana, Shreveport. So Van Halen was aware of this band for several years and actually jammed with the band on stage, at least a couple times that we know of publicly. And then eventually the band would open for Van Halen in '88. Edward produced both the Private Life albums, I think with Ted Templeman. It's either with Ted or Don. I still have those records. Let's see. Yo, what's up? What's up? Is that Vinny? Vinny, what's up, man? I think Feels So Good is a great Van Halen song on such an iconic album. Your pal. That is Vinny. Hey, Vinny, good to see you, man. Vinny's been watching these shows. Vinny, how long have you been watching my show? I know it's been since the beginning, almost. Max is talking to Jeff T. Saying, oh, you were there? Oh, you were there too? Amazing all day, night show. Got a few photos. Right on, man. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we were reading song titles. Black and Blue, Sucker in a Three-Piece, Apolitical Blues, or Apolitical Blues. I could never pronounce that. Little Feat cover. And as far as the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 singles, Black and Blue hit number 34. Finish What You Started hit number 13. When It's Love hit number 5. Feel So Good hit number 35. On October 6, 2023, OU812 was remastered by Don Landy and re-released as part of the Collection 2, which compiles all four Van Halen, I was going to say Van Hagar, although it's, studio albums with Hagar, and includes extra disc of rarities from that era. Although, if you're like a real diehard fan like me, the songs weren't really rarities at all. They were just B-sides, or not even like they were regular album tracks, but they compiled them onto what they called rarities. For casual listeners, yeah, they were probably they were rarities. I have that collection too right here. Let's actually look at that. This one. What was that? So for any casual Van Halen listener, yeah, I think this stuff is probably. Oh, Apolitical Blues is on here. I can't even read some of these songs. I could never read that. What's the instrumental on Balance? Malicious Sherry? I could never read that song. Crossing Over, that was a B-side. Respect the Wind, that was in a Twister movie, so that was on that. Humans Being, that was on their best of. It's About Time, Up for Breakfast, Learning to See. Those were on Best of Both Worlds compilation. So not really rarities, but like I said, for casual listeners, yeah, sort of. There they are, Balance Era. Although it is nice to see something official like this. We really didn't get much official. We would get like an album, you know? And then there was all the bootleg stuff, and I collected all that stuff. Had so much of that. Let's see. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the Van Halen album OU812. The anniversary is officially tomorrow, the 24th. But I'm doing the anniversary show today. Let's see. The song When It's Love began as a piano and drum demo by Eddie and Alex Van Halen. Hagar wrote Cabo Wabo while in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. The melody originated from Make It Last, a song from his Montreux days, and the title also inspired the name of his future nightclub. Finish What You Started was one of the final songs written and created spontaneously one night by Hagar and Edward. Hagar struggled with the lyrics for Mine All Mine, rewritten them 7 times, eventually calling it a metaphysical lyric that pushed him creatively like never before. The humorous and chaotic Source of Infection was written about Eddie's hospitalization with a fever during an April '88 trip to Australia with his wife, Valerie Bertinelli. Is that true? I remember reading in the newspaper, Rolling Stone or something, there was an article talked about Edward getting bitten by a mosquito and having a fever. I do remember that. The working title for the album was Bone, which Alex Van Halen disliked. Hagar later chose OU812 after seeing it on a delivery truck, though some fans speculate it was a jab at David Lee Roth's solo album Eat 'Em and Smile. Interestingly, OU812 also appears in pop culture on the license plate in Cheech and Chong's next movie and on a payphone column in Taxi. I guess that would be the TV show. B9. Hey, dude. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Nightbot, any links Nightbot gives you, you can trust those links. Because Nightbot is the only one with the wrench in here who can post link. Nightbot is me. So if you guys see somebody named Nightbot that continuously just spams the chat with stuff, that's me. But it's automated. I'm not actually doing that. Although I can do that. Like, if I type something in here, like exclamation point, exclamation point 5150, what does that do? Let's see. Let's see what's on the list of that. So if I type that in, what does that do? Oh! That brings up the EVH Gear 1550 Series Deluxe Poplar Burl Aqua Burst at Guitar Center. That's a video I did years ago. By the way, somebody just left a comment, I think it was yesterday, on one of these videos. It may have been this one, actually. B9 says, in fact, when I'm done watching Johnny right here, I'm going to put on some Van Halen. Right on, dude. B9, I listen to Van Halen just about every day, so that would be fun. I sent you those Kramer photos. Oh, dude, let's see. Let's check that out. So you're saying this is a couple guitars that are at your local store? Oh, okay. Yeah, those are 84s. I don't know if they're older ones or current ones. By looking at them, I can't tell, but this is basically their version of say the 5150, which the reason it's called the 84 is because Edward played that guitar. It was built, technically it was built before that. It was built during the recording of 1984. But the 84 tour, Edward's main guitar was this one. And then 5150 tour, OU812 tour. By For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, he had a deal with Music Man and was playing a signature, his very first signature guitar. Kramer technically was not a Van Halen signature guitar, really. And in fact, the photo promoting the Music Man guitars had a quote from Edward that said, I endorsed the guitar I used to play. I designed this one. Big difference. Talking about the Music Man guitars. So this is a version of that. And so Robot Master Switch here is saying there's a blue one and a red one available at one of his local guitar stores. That's cool, man. Very cool, man. Let's see. Wow, we're at like 37 minutes. Yo, what's up, Kenneth? I had the Focus 1000 and should have kept that. You should have kept that one. Kramer Focus 1000s are excellent guitars. I've had many of them over the years. I still have my original one, although I think it's in my loft right now. I don't think it's actually here behind me. No, it's not. You guys have seen it. If you guys have watched me over the years, you guys have seen the guitar. Although, we're probably doing another show tonight we call Talking Guitars. And if anybody in here reminds me later, say, hey, show us that Kramer Focus 1000. I'll find it and I'll show it. Yeah, great guitars. Great stuff. So let's see. We should probably wrap it up. Here's the OU812 remastered version. Not remixed, remastered. It's a part of the box set. Can you guys tell which is which? The original is glossy, and the newer ones are matte finish. And the title on the original, you can actually feel, where are we? You can actually feel that. Here you can't. It's the backs. Yeah, it's pretty much a reproduction. Oh, the vinyl is much thicker on the remastered. Yeah, remastered. The vinyl is actually way thicker. I mean, you can't tell. Yeah, maybe. I was going to look and see what the label looks like. Van Halen OU812. Oh, the labels are the same. Well, similar. That says Warner Records. That's the remastered one. Remastered. That's right, Ian. I would like to hear this. I don't have a turntable, so I can't hear this. I do have the CD version of it. Actually, we gave one away. What was it, a year ago? We gave one of those away. Although I do have like I do have an unopened copy. Look at that. I do have an unopened CD. Maybe we'll give this away at some point. So make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Yeah. There you go. Very cool. Yeah, I don't think many people do have turntables, unless they're like real, like vinyl collectors. Let's see. Uncle Dude, was that hand signed ever explained? I think it was. I think they. I can't think off the top of my head what it was, but I think they did explain what that meant. Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony, they still do it to this day after their shows. They still do that. Oh, it's on the insert. But actually, if anybody knows, drop a comment. Drop a comment below. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I like to try to keep these shows on the shorter end. But I'll be back tonight talking guitars. And again, if you guys want to see my Kramer Focus 1000 or anything, come back tonight and join us in the chat. We'll do a longer show tonight. Taco times. Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry, man. Right on. So OU812, great album. 11 Things You Might Not Know. And the anniversary. Where are we? There we are. The anniversary of the album. Great record. Again, very special record to me. But you guys, channel members, thank you so much for your continued support for this channel and these shows. We're bringing you guys tons of stuff here. If any of you guys, if you're brand new, my name is Johnny Bean. I do all sorts of guitar reviews. I do a lot of Van Halen. That's why I do the Van Halen show here, the Van Halen thing. But I don't just listen to Van Halen. I listen to a lot. I listen to everything. Do a lot of different stuff. But we do a lot of guitar stuff on the channel here. I've got a guitar workbench over there. Do a lot of guitar, stuff. Unboxings, reviews. I just dropped a review for a little amplifier by Pogo Lab. I dropped that yesterday. But we'll come back later today, later tonight, and then tomorrow. Again, tomorrow is the actual anniversary of this album, but I'm filming an exclusive Van Halen episode tomorrow with some friends. Very cool episode, you guys will see. Very cool. Can't say exactly what it is yet, but you guys will dig it. And then tomorrow night, Saturday night, is our weekly Saturday night show where we hang out, we work on guitars, and have a good time. So, drop your comments. What's your favorite song off OU812? We still got some people here. We got 30 people here. Drop your comment below. Favorite song off the album. And let's play a few channel IDs here. And I will see you guys on the next episode of what show is this, Jim?
Hey everybody, Jim Gaustad here, and I'm super happy to be on Johnny Bean's exclusively Van Halen. See you next time.
I just want to be like, how old are you?
Hey, it's Lori Tucker and
Johnny Bean.
And we're here at the Forum, and we're going to see Sammy
Sammy
Hagar.
Hagar. And you're watching Johnny Bean TV. Stay tuned.
Sammy,
What's up, dude?
how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hi,
you
hi,
want to
hi.
film? You can film all you want, man.
you.
What do you want me to tell you in that camera? Hey, happy birthday to you, man.
Thanks. I'm Johnny Bean. I've met you a few
Johnny
times.
Bean?
Johnny Bean.
John,
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Johnny Bean, Sammy Hagar here, man. Congratulations.
There you go. And then I'll give you mine, so come back around this way. Okay. Let's go. All right. Mike. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm Johnny Bean. I met you last year. I talked to you on Google Plus.
Oh, I remember you.
I
Yeah.
look like.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right.
He was at a Google Plus hangout.
I'm Johnny Bean.
Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Bean TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya.
Thank you so much for watching. Click on another video on the screen here on YouTube. Drop your comments below. Favorite songs of OU812. Drop them below on playback. And I will see you guys on the next show right here on Johnny Bean TV.